What is up, you geezer, blow-tie geezers? It is Chris Modern9 here. I'll take that. I'll take a 1-0 win away from home against Slavia Prague. We can take that 1-0 back to Stamford Bridge. Try and get the job done a week later, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say it was the best performance, though. In fact, that performance was shocking. Absolutely shocking. But hey, we got the job done. So, the goal coming from a very unlikely source, I might add. Marcos Alonso. We'll get to him in a moment. Great header. Great, fantastic header. It was he met the ball really, really well from Willian's cross in the penalty box. Guided the header really, really well. Guided the ball into the net. Goalkeeper didn't have a chance. I think it was in the 85th minute that he scored that. But very, very late in the game. I mean, if you look at all of the previous away games that we've played in the Europa League, the scores haven't been all that great. When you take into account, you know, the opponents we faced. You know, PAOK Salonika, VD, the other team I can't remember the name of, Malmö, Dynamo. Okay, Dynamo Kiev was pretty easy. That was just like a walkover against Dynamo Kiev. But you think of all the opponents we've come against in the Europa League. The scorelines haven't been that great. It's always been about like just by the odd one goal. But having said that, like I said, we take it to Stamford Bridge in the second leg and we get the job done by a 3-0 or a 4-0. So can I be that disappointed? Not really. However, what I will say is the performance was shambolic. It really was. Like, when I saw the team, when I saw Sarri pick the team, we saw the usual suspects, but I can understand the reason why. Because when you think about it, the players that performed in the games against Brighton and West Ham, they played out of their skins. We don't really want to be playing them for a Europa League game and then play them in the next game against Liverpool, because we really want to have them fit and available for the Liverpool game. So we don't want any injuries or what have you. So that's totally fine. My problem was the players that played today. Now, Marcos Alonso, despite him scoring the goal, and I'm not taking that away from him, was absolutely shambolic. I mean, how many times have I said that all season? He was shambolic today. Kovacic and Barkley. Now, both of those players, I don't see in the absolute strongest team at the moment. Both on the pitch today, they were both shambolic as well. They were bloody awful. I couldn't think of one thing that Barkley or Kovacic did in that entire game, to be honest with you. You had Barkley with absolutely terrible decision-making. I mean, this is the sort of player that doesn't take a shot when there's a perfect opportunity to. Instead, he tries to cross it and completely fucks it up. That's the kind of Ross Barkley we got tonight. Kovacic just kept giving the ball away numerous times. I mean, what can you say to him? He was just terrible. Willian, again, another poor performance. I mean, how many times have I said, like, Alonso and Willian, they were both playing, I do believe, on the left-hand side, obviously, because Alonso's a left-back. Like, they are the worst combination. They just do not understand each other. They really don't. I mean, the number of times we've said this, and, you know, the proof is in the pudding. All you got to do is watch them. They just don't, they have absolutely no cohesion whatsoever. And speaking of cohesion, there were times in the game where Slavia Prague looked like they were really, really going for it. They were really looking for that one goal to open the scoring. And there were a few times where we just had our defence just completely ripped open a few times. Now, this is what I was trying to get at here, is that there is no natural-born leader at the club anymore. There really isn't. I mean, ever since John Terry left the club, where is our natural-born leader? I mean, people immediately look towards Azpilicueta. I'm sorry, but I don't see Azpilicueta as a natural-born leader. I'm sorry. Compared to John Terry, compared to the way that, you know, when John Terry, in every single game, played it like a final, like every single time he went onto the pitch, he was like spurring the players on, just telling them what jobs they had to do, when they had to do it, and how they had to do it. When you see something like Azpilicueta on the pitch, does he even do that? I mean, there are a few times that he does, but not in every game. And this was a prime example of him not doing that. And our defence, at times, were making a few obvious mistakes. In the second half in particular, there were a few times that Slavia Prague did have some big opportunities, and credit to Kepa, because Kepa made some great saves. There was one time where one of the Slavia Prague strikers took a shot from outside the penalty box, and you know, Kepa saved it really well. So 4 marks to Kepa for keeping us in the game. 4 marks to Kepa for keeping it at 0-0. But defence needs to be better. Midfield needs to be 10 times better. Now, this is what I want to talk about. When you talk about our defence, when you talk about our midfield, when you talk about our wingers, Willian and Pedro, and then you look at and then you watch the performance against Brighton and West Ham. The proof is in the pudding. There is not enough depth in the team. There's not enough competition. When you play your best team, and those players play the absolute. You look at Hudson-Odoi, you look at Loftus-Cheek, you look at Eden Hazard, you look at the way they played against West Ham. You rest those players, and then you put all of your faith into the players that are second fiddle to those players, and they don't do a good job. It just shows me that there is a lack of depth, there is a lack of competition, there is a lack of will to get themselves in the first team. You know, players like Barkley and Kovacic and Alonso and Willian, they really need to step up. I've been saying this constantly, all the time. If you want to get in that first team, you've got to show Sarri that you're capable of doing it. You're capable of showing what you can do on the pitch. Barkley showed absolutely nothing. Kovacic showed nothing. Alonso showed nothing. Yes, he scored the goal, and I'm not taking that away from him. Great goal. Great positioning to receive Willian's cross. Great goal. It helped us get the win, and we got an advantage. I'm not taking that away from Alonso. But what I am taking away from Alonso is his performance and the fact that if he's not going to put 100% in the full 90 minutes, he shouldn't be playing. And like I said, it just shows you there's a lack of competition in that team, and that's where we're lacking. We're relying too much on players that are world class and are obvious that they can get the job done. Look at Eden Hazard. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, we rely on Eden Hazard way too much. And I sound like a broken record saying it, but we rely on Eden Hazard way too much. Because as soon as Eden Hazard came on the pitch, and even the commentator said it on BT Sport, everybody just lifts their spirits up. As soon as Eden Hazard comes on the pitch, everyone just lights up. Everyone's like, yeah, Eden Hazard's on the pitch. We got to do shit. We got to do stuff. And that's what we did in the last 10 minutes. As soon as Eden Hazard came on the pitch, we got Willian crossing the ball over to Alonso to head that ball in to get the goal. If Hazard was on the pitch all game, we'd have probably won about 4-0. But no. We got a team that Sarri has put out that's technically our B team, when you think about it, compared to the players that played against West Ham and Brighton, who, by the way, played a fantastic performance, most of them. Hudson-Odoi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the players that we should be playing. And then you put the players that, you know what I mean? There's not enough competition. And it worries me. Because apparently today, we await the result of the hearing for our transfer ban. Whether or not we're going to succeed or not, whether we're going to have that frozen or not, remains to be seen. But if we still have this transfer ban, and we still got the same players that are playing for us every week, what the hell are we going to do? Obviously, we're going to have to rely on our young players. You know, players like Reece James, who has been absolutely killing it in the Championship with Wigan Athletic. You got Mason Mount. You have Tammy Abraham. You have, I mean, the list is, honestly, I can't even read off the list of players that we've got on loan. It's ridiculous. Those players would do a much better job. But what do? We waste money on players. Okay, yeah, Kovacic is worth, well, he's not worth anything because we've got him on loan. Right now, if you was to ask me if we should keep Kovacic on loan, I'd say no. I would say no. Because judging on the performance that he put out against Slavia Prague today, when at the moment, technically, I don't want to say he's plan B because he's not, technically. He should be a Class A player. He's a player that's worked and played alongside some of the top quality players at Real Madrid. Right? This is the guy that should be getting put in the team and actually doing stuff. But when he's not doing that, and there's not enough competition, then what the hell do you do? This, I think tonight, was a poor performance. A very poor performance. Players that we know have been terrible this season obviously played terrible. We got Marcos Alonso getting the winner, which is fine. That's fine. I'm not taking that away from Alonso. But the problem here is the fact that we have put our trust into our B team that haven't done well enough against a team that, with all due respect, they've done very well. Slavia Prague. They're in the quarterfinals for a reason. But you put faith into these players that technically are the B team, and they're not doing enough. Like, the last 2 or 3 seasons, how many times have we said directly that we haven't got enough competition? We haven't got enough depth in the squad. It just shows you. It just shows you that we are relying too much on players that are doing the job. And when it comes to relying on players that, well, if relying on players to get the job done when we're resting players for other teams that are important later on, and we rely on those players, they're not doing enough. But, like I said, the job got done eventually. We got the win. That's important. I'm not taking that away. Alonso scored. Great assist by Willian. Next game is against Liverpool. Thankfully, we were able to rest players. Hazard didn't play that many minutes, so I guess he's fine. Loftus-Cheek. Kante. Oh yeah, forgot about Kante. Kante, I don't think he played very many minutes either. So I guess he's okay to play against Liverpool. Hudson-Odoi. Well, of course he has to play. I tell you what, if Sarri does not play Hudson-Odoi against Liverpool, I don't know what he's smoking. I really don't know. But anyway, like I said, the performance was terrible. It was poor. But the job got done. We got the win. We got the away goal. We can take that result to Stamford Bridge. Hopefully we get the job done. Relatively with either a 2-0 or a 3-0. I'll take that. And then we go to the semi-finals to play either Benfica or Frankfurt. Now, unfortunately, Arsenal were able to beat Napoli at the Emirates without conceding an away goal, which is a bit annoying. But let's just hope that Napoli get 3 goals. No. I mean, nah. Look, all I care about is Chelsea. I don't care about anybody else, to be fair. We only play against who we get put up against, so, you know. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. And, yes, I'm off to go watch some Overwatch League. Because I won't do a video today. I think Spitfire are playing on Saturday, 8 o'clock, against Fusion. So I'll probably do a video for that. And yes, until the next video, lads, I shall see you later. Hey door. And peace.